Let's talk about the Philadelphia 76ers and how fast things can change in the NBA. Now, going into last season, there was a lot of expectations with this organization, and rightfully so. They made a huge move in free agency. They picked up Paul George for a lot of money, 4 years, $212 million. And the final year of this contract, the 2027-2028 season, has a player option. And Paul George's last season with the Clippers, he wasn't a scrub. He averaged 22 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists. They signed him with the expectation that he would come in and be more of a threat on the defensive end than the offensive end. Offensively speaking here, you have Tyrese Maxey, one of the best offensive guards in the game. He's a definition of a 3-level scorer. He can get to the rim, has a great mid-range shot, and he can kill you from 3 every single night. And the 2-man game with him and Joel Embiid is phenomenal. We know that Joel Embiid, when fully healthy, is one of the best players in the game. So now Paul George is his number 3 option on the offensive end, but this was the problem. Joel Embiid dealt with injuries last season. He only played in 19 games because of a knee injury. And if you're a 76er fan, you guys already know. It's a good chance that Joel Embiid will never play 82 games in the season. But Paul George, on the other hand, you played 74 games in your last season with the Clippers. If Joel Embiid has to miss games, we have Maxey, who has been Mr. Consistent with this organization over the last few years. You can come in and step up on the offensive end to help out Tyrese. We're not asking you to score 30 points a night, but if you can give us 22 to 25 and play great defense, that's more than good enough. But unfortunately for the 76ers, that was a different case here. Paul George only played in 41 games last season. He dealt with injuries, but even when he wasn't injured early on in the season, he didn't look good. He went from averaging 22 points a game to 16 points a game, 5 rebounds and 4 assists on terrible efficiency. Your only consistent player last year was Tyrese Maxey. And Jared McCain came in for a couple of good moments. He went down in his rookie season. And I believe that Jared McCain will be a very good player long term. More on him in the back half of this video. So the season is a wash last year. 76er fans, they're over it. They've been through the Markelle Fultz saga, the same with Ben Simmons, the same with Jimmy Butler, basically picking Tobias Harris over him. Tobias Harris was a complete cone for the organization over the last few years. They were just done with everything. So everyone went cold in the 76ers, but they lucked out. In the NBA draft, you end up with a top pick in the lottery, and they select VJ Edgecomb out of Baylor. But this was a problem. You have Quentin Grimes, you have Tyrese Maxey, you have Jared McCain. Some 76er fans, they love this pickup, while others, not as much. VJ was this great athletic guard coming out of college, don't get me wrong. But the jump shot was always in question with VJ. He was more so known for getting to the rim on a consistent basis. He wasn't known for going out there and relying on his jump shot from week to week. But at the same time, you go into the summer league, you go into the preseason, VJ looks very good. It's a report that came out that Joel Embiid is still not fully healthy. He'll be on a minute restriction. And Paul George, right before the season started, he was dealing with a knee injury as well. He was going to miss a season opener. So everyone is still cold on the 76ers, but at least they have a decent guard rotation with Maxey, the same with Quentin Grimes and possibly Jared McCain. And yeah, about Jared McCain, he was going to miss time this year as well to open up the season. But VJ comes out in that first matchup against the Boston Celtics, and he looked like he has played in the NBA for the last 10 years. He doesn't look like a rookie. He finished the game with 34 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 50% from the field, but 38% from 3. And some people may come out and they may just say, hey, it's the first game. It's a fluke. Can he do it again against the Charlotte Hornets? And I understand it's the Hornets here. It's not the best competition. 15 points, 3 steals, 1 block, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. That jump shot was consistent yet again. 40% from the field, but 33% from the 3. And I forgot to mention, VJ was a defensive monster in college. That athleticism has definitely translated over. Against the Orlando Magic, 26 points in this game, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 50% from 3, 58% from the field. And against the Washington Wizards, 14 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, 50% from 3, 33% from the field. Wasn't the best game on the efficiency side of things, but he got it done. The first 4 games this year, and I understand it's only been 4 games this season. Things can change as the year goes on. But in this current moment, he's averaging 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, shooting 47% from the field, 43% from 3. If he can keep this up, he'll easily win Rookie of the Year. He has been phenomenal playing alongside Maxey. And part of the reason why he's playing at this level is because of Tyrese. We know that he can go out there, he can give you 50 points on any given night. Through the first 4 games this season, he's averaging 37 points a game, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 45% from the field, but 48% from 3 is insane. And this is the one thing with Maxey. We know that this can hold up. Maybe not 37 points a game. That's crazy. But he can easily average 25 to 30 points a game on every single night, playing alongside Joel Embiid. And this comeback from behind victory against the Boston Celtics, he had 40 points in this game, 6 assists. Was able to shoot 54% from the field, 77% from 3, 28 points against the Charlotte Hornets, 44% from the 3, 35% from the field. Against the Orlando Magic, 43 points yet again, 47% from the field, 37% from 3. And against the Washington Wizards, in the overtime period to where Joel Embiid did not play in because he's on the minute restriction, 39 points, 10 assists, 33% from the 3, 45% from the field. Maxey is legit. If VJ can just keep this pace up and he can still average over 20 points a game, that's your future of your organization. Let's forget about Joel Embiid and Paul George for a second. If you have a guard rotation with Maxey, the same with VJ, you bring in Jared McCain last year, who was a very good player at the 2 guard position. He's listed as a point guard, in my opinion. He's more so of a shooting guard. He averaged 16 points a game last year, 46% from the field, 38% from 3. And he was heating up before he went down with his injury. That's a very good guard rotation. And you have Quentin Grimes. When everyone was dealing with injuries and Maxey missed a couple of games last season, here comes Quentin Grimes. At this point in time in the season, he's shooting 48% from the 3, 43% from the field, averaging 18 points a game. And you have Kelly Oubre, who is annoying as hell in the open court. And he can knock down a 3 ball. He can play very good defense. It feels different for the 76ers because now you're not relying on Joel Embiid anymore. And the same with an older version of Paul George, who does look washed up. You have these young and exciting guards in the backcourt. And the Eastern Conference this year is definitely not the same. The Pacers, they're not going to be the same this year. Halliburton is out for the entire year. He's in with a torn Achilles injury, and the same with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. And they made a lot of changes because of the salary cap. Usually how things go. You can only just put so much money into a roster. And Quentin Grimes is on that qualifying offer right now. But he definitely is playing like he deserves a 4 to 5 year contract. Quentin Grimes has been amazing from the back half of last season and so far this year. And Joel Embiid, in every single game since that first game, he's looked better with his knees, getting rebounds, setting the floor, setting screens for Tyrese Maxey, getting to the rim. My only concern with Joel Embiid, can he stay healthy? If he's fully healthy, this would be a team to be reckoned with. I'm not even worried about Paul George. Paul George has become an afterthought all of a sudden because of all the potential that this team has. But with a healthy Joel Embiid, with these guards and the forwards that they have, it's a scary team. And you don't need Joel Embiid to play every single night. I know that he hates the minute restriction, but it is what it is. You've won an MVP in the regular season. You've won a gold medal with Team USA. It's only one more thing that you have to accomplish here. Get an NBA championship. So if I'm Nick Nurse, who was a very good head coach, by the way, he won that championship against the Golden State Warriors when he was the head coach with the Raptors, when they had Kawhi Leonard, was just an amazing coach with the Raptors. But if I'm him, I don't give a damn how Joel Embiid feels about the minute restriction. We're going to rest you up and we're going to make sure that you're available to play in the postseason. Because we need you against the New York Knicks in the playoffs. We need you against the Milwaukee Bucks. Against the Miami Heat potentially. And far as Paul George here, I am concerned. Because you have so many players and there is only one basketball. These guys haven't played together. Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George, they don't have that chemistry just yet. Maybe they get on the court and it fits like a glove. I don't know. But right now, VJ and Maxey, they're playing great. I don't want to see them mess up this rotation with Paul George. He's expected to come back within the next month or so. And the same with Jared McCain. I think that VJ, his spot is solidified as a starter, and obviously the same with Tyrese Maxey. But I'm worried about Paul George. We have seen him be selfish in the past with the Clippers. He gets tunnel vision. They don't need that. Joel Embiid, he will pass the basketball around. He's a playmaking center. But I'm worried about Paul George. If he can just come in and just be a very good defender, be a 3-and-D player, that's the role for him. It is still a terrible contract, especially with him being 35 years old. But if he can stay out the way and just play around with the guards and the same with Joel Embiid and just become that basically number 4 option, that's the place for him. But this team has so much talent that they can outgun you every single night. They're second in offense in the NBA currently. And I expect for some of the shooting splits to die down. As we head towards 50 and 60 games in a year, I don't expect for Tyrese Maxey to average 37 points a game. I don't expect for VJ to go out there and to shoot 40% from field for the rest of the year. Maybe 35%, maybe 33%. But that is still good, and that's still a very good foundation to have moving forward with the 76ers. Look at all the things that this fan base has been through with Markelle Fultz. He didn't work out. Ben Simmons, the early years were fun. He was a great defender. He just couldn't shoot, and he wouldn't shoot. You went through those 2 terrible things. They had Jimmy Butler. Instead of picking Jimmy Butler, they went with Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was terrible those last few years with the 76ers. But now you have a team with just a very good guard rotation and a very good forward position with Kelly Oubre. And even when Joel Embiid is off the court, you have Adem Bona. He comes off the bench. He's playing great defense. Now, he's wild. I will say that he's a wild player. He may go out there. He may get in foul trouble. He may do some wacky things across the rim on the offensive end, but he's fun. And he's a young player. Adem is only 22 years old. And you have Dominic Barlow. Solid defending power forward. I like what the 76ers have. This run and gun offense is definitely working. They can slow things down. They can beat you in transition up and down the court. And they're only averaging 12.5 turnovers a game this season. The ball handling responsibility has been beautiful with VJ and Tyrese. Hopefully they keep it up when Paul George returns. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about the Philadelphia 76ers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.